The Empire Strikes Back is an all-star cast. But that wasn't the case 3 years ago when they did Star Wars. The actors were struggling unknowns then. Mark Hamill had done a little TV work. David Prowse was lifting weights in England and wondering what a Darth Vader was. His fellow Britisher Anthony Daniels was a London stage actor who did not want to play C-3PO.
Where is R2 when I need him?
Harrison Ford was an unemployed actor working as a carpenter until the day he started doing Han Solo. And Carrie Fisher was trying to be something more than the daughter of Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher.
I don't like this.
But with The Empire Strikes Back, it's a different scene. Now the kids from outer space have fame, fortune, and international stardom.
Right now I feel I can take on the whole Empire myself. I know what you mean.
And Mark Hamill has something else. Mark, since I saw you last, you got married, you have a baby now?
I have a son, yeah. He's 10.5 months old. And I must say that everyone was eyeing him very conspicuously, because when they go back and do the stories that were 20 years earlier, in the third story, you see how Darth Vader came to power and fell from grace, and how the Obi-Wan character had battled with Darth and why he was forced to wear this mask. But in the third, in that picture, which is the film that immediately precedes Star Wars, there's like an 8-year-old Luke running around and playing in the background. And I said, wait a minute, one actor in the family is enough for me.
What did you name your baby?
Nathan.
Not Luke.
Not Luke, no. Okay. I think that'd probably be like Christopher Reeve naming his kid Kal-El or Clark.
The Empire Strikes Back reveals a secret connection between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. It was such top secret, David Prowse didn't even know, and he plays Darth Vader. They fooled him with a bogus script. Mark Hamill was the only actor who knew the secret. So were you surprised at that revelation?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And hopefully it will surprise the viewers.
And we're not about to give it away.
It surprised me, actually, because I didn't know anything about it until I was sat in the cinema last Saturday, and that was the first I knew of it.
And what did you do?
Practically collapsed in the seat.
Yes.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
David Prowse's English accent is not what George Lucas wanted for Darth Vader, so James Earl Jones does Vader's voice. And you may notice Darth Vader looks different this time. Have they changed Darth Vader's mask and his whole look?
Yes, they have, very slightly, yes. They made all sorts of improvements to it, because first and foremost, you see, on the previous one, they decided that they could see through into the eyepieces, and so they put darker lenses in. Then they've also made the mask, I think they made the mask a different colour, in fact, out of a different fiberglass, a greyish colour. And then on top of all this, they altered the breathing hole at the bottom, so that I could. In fact, I used to use the breathing hole as a vision hole, because when you look through the mask, you can't see anything about 6 feet in front of you, and you have to look through the breathing hole at the bottom to see what's down by your feet. And also, of course, the whole thing is lacquered this time. They had this lacquer on it, and it's all very, very shiny all the time.
I merely commented that it was...
C-3PO also got a new suit. Anthony Daniels insisted the old suit of gold had to go. What was so difficult about the first one?
It was too small, basically. And I mean, it's bad enough having a pair of trousers that are too tight, but if they happen to be made of metal...
You have no idea the torture this man endured to play that part. He was seldom seen Tony, because it took so long to put him into the costume, and it took so long to take him out of it, that we seldom saw him.
It was like making my own private film in there, because any scene which we're in together, I mean, there's this wall between us, and I can see through little peepholes. He can't see me at all. And what is curious is even Harrison will spend the whole day in a scene looking at my left ear because he can't see my eyes, and he thinks they're here somewhere and all that kind of. But I'm pretty tough to act with. I mean,
I wouldn't say so at all. I think.
But it's not easy acting with a faceless thing.
No.
Might I have a word with you, please?
What do you want?
Well, it's Princess Leia, sir. She's been trying to get you on the communicator.
I turned it off. I don't want to talk to her.
Oh, well, Princess Leia is wondering about Master Luke. He hasn't come back yet. She doesn't know where he is.
I don't know where he is.
Nobody knows where he is.
What do you mean nobody knows?
Well, you said...
Deck officer! Deck officer!
Excuse me, sir. Might I...
What characterization you've given it is entirely your own, and that's it's remarkable to
But
see.
how does it feel kind of being faced with a metal plate?
Wait a second, this is not my interview. It doesn't feel bad at all. I think that Lucas was very clever to give the robots a real human personality and real...
Which is why I took the job, I mean, very much against my will, you know, to begin with. I wouldn't even consider it, and then I did, and then I read the character that George had created. Stunning, very human. And I play it human. I mean, if 3PO is smiling, you take the mask away, I'm smiling too.
Excuse me, sir. Might I inquire what's going on?
Why not?
Impossible, man. Come along, R2. Let's find Princess Leia. Between ourselves, I think Master Luke is in considerable danger.
All right, boys, keep tight now.
Luke, I have no approach vector. I'm not set.
Steady, Dak. Attack pattern Delta. Go now.
George Lucas is planning 9 space adventures. He began with the middle stories. Star Wars was actually number 4. The Empire Strikes Back is 5th, and the next one, due out in 1983, will be episode number 3. Harrison Ford believes it may be his last one as Han Solo.
The story that we're engaged in now really concludes itself in the next film. And then George moves on with the same milieu but different characters into the 3 that follow this. Or they may be 3 that precede it. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but our characters more or less conclude their story in the next one.
And yours as well, C-3PO?
Well, there are vague thoughts that the 2 robots go on through the whole thing, which I don't know whether they do or not. Whether I could play 3PO at the age of 60, I mean, when I was 60, is a question housewives all over America are asking themselves.
Oh, no one to meet us.
I don't like this.
What would you like?
Well, they did let us land.
Look, don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me. See? My friend. Keep your eyes open, huh?
Hey! Why, you slimy, double-crossing, no-good swindler.
You got a lot of guts coming here after what you pulled. How you doing, you old pirate? So good to see you. I never thought I'd catch up with you again.
Well, he seems very friendly.
Yes, very friendly.
Billy D. Williams is the new kid in The Empire Strikes Back. He's the only black among the major characters.
Hello, what have we here? Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility. And who might you be?
Leia.
Welcome, Leia.
Billy, do you think that there are going to be some people who are going to say, oh, well, there he is, the token black now? And what do you have to say to those people?
Well, I don't think about things like that, really. I just want to have a lot of fun, and this is part of it. And I was very pleased to be invited as a part of the Star Wars cast.
Princess Leia has a new hairdresser this time. The hairy earmuffs Carrie Fisher objected to in Star Wars are gone. But Carrie says some things didn't change. She remembers the cockpit scenes as the most difficult because she had to imagine what was all around her.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Well, that's where they put all the blue screen stuff. So when we're in a cockpit and you see stars, or when we do, we see it for the first time like anybody else. There's nothing there. And, you know, that's a lot of times that they'll shoot the front of that, then they'll shoot the side of it, then they'll shoot the back of it. And all the time you got to match exactly what you did when you did the first one, which would be the front of it.
Yeah, there's so much more activity and so much more action going on.
In the little cramped quarters, it's real hot.
You make it so difficult sometimes.
I do, I really do. You could be a little nicer, though. Come on, admit it. Sometimes you think I'm all right.
Occasionally, maybe, when you aren't acting like a scoundrel.
Scoundrel? Scoundrel? I like the sound of that.
Stop that.
Stop what?
Stop that. My hands are dirty.
My hands are dirty, too. What are you afraid of?
Afraid?
You're trembling.
I'm not trembling.
You like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
I'm nice men.
No, you're not.
Sir, I've isolated the reverse power flux coupling.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Critics almost universally praise Star Wars, and generally they like The Empire Strikes Back. But some fans and critics don't like Empire's cliffhanger ending. Irvin Kershner directed Empire for George Lucas. He defends the ending. Did you shoot more than one ending?
No. This was the ending. The ending may jar them only because they saw Star Wars 1 and there was a triumphant ending.
First transport is away. The first transport is away.
Director Kershner compares The Empire Strikes Back to the second act of a play. It paves the way for the third act. But in this case, the third act won't be ready until 1983. That may be a long time to hang by our fingernails, but George Lucas and his fantastic filmmakers are counting on us to remember the Force will still be with us 3 years from now. And if Lucas makes all 9 episodes, the Force may be around until 2001.